NERDSoul.
Yeah, late ill kid at OneYoungsta holding down, bringing that street geek and nerd soul. What is up, my people? Today, another awesome audio. Man, look, hey, you know the deal. We out here talking about that Miss Marvel. You know what I'm saying? Talk about that MCU. Talk about where we gonna go. But I'm not by myself. All right, I'm joined by one half of the dynamic duo from the South. I give it over. Keith Cooper, what's up?
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing tonight?
Yo, man, how's it going on at Blerd-ish, man? Y'all selling comic books, you know what I'm saying? Y'all giving to the youth, you know what I'm saying? Y'all hitting up these conventions. I mean, you know, man, I heard Blerd-ish is what's up in southern streets.
Shoot, you for real? I look. Hey, if it is, keep showing it, people. Keep coming out where we be at. You show it with your dollars and your support.
Yes. So we talked about Miss Marvel a couple of days ago, you know what I'm saying? Had some folks on and talk about how they felt. And I wanted to talk a little more about Miss Marvel, but first I wanted to get your take on the season. Like, how do you feel in general? Go and let us know how you felt about the season, you know, likes, dislikes. Are you hype about it? Not? What's up?
It is a strange thing. I'm gonna try to give my weird snap of judgment of it, or how it made me feel. I'm not even really judging it. It made me happy. It wasn't too long, but then it felt like it dragged. But it was snappy, poppy, happy, touching, and kind of generic all at the same time. It's like I don't know. It's like getting a Jiffy peanut butter sandwich, but you get like, you know, you want it smooth, but it got a couple of
them crunchies in there.
So the crunchies, and you know, the crunchies ain't bad, but it's like
ruffle a few of them feathers.
I told the homie Gift, who is a super Power Rangers fan, I said it felt a little Power Rangery, and that ain't necessarily an insult, but it didn't quite feel like Marvel until the very, very end, I guess.
Okay. All right. So I get you. So how do you feel about the family stuff, fight scenes, all that? You know what I'm saying? Go on, hit us with the honesty.
The absolute high mark, the greatest things was the family. And to be fair, y'all, I kind of did a little speed through, like all the sappy cornball moments. I straight hit fast forward on it. I timed it. I was like, yeah.
Whoa. Hold on. How you gonna fast forward the show, man? You're supposed to enjoy and experience the whole show. You fast forward. That ain't fair.
I was on a time print. Like, basically, I was gonna skip it like I did Moon Knight. But shout out to Mark Dub convinced me to watch it. Shout out to Mark Dub. Shout out to the homie Camp. That was like, oh, it's good. It got good parts in it. I said, okay, man. I said, I kind of in a limbo, and I don't even know what I wanted to watch. But I was like, all right, I actually just happened to be off. I was like, oh, it's 6 episodes. I can kind of kill it just to kind of see. Really, you know what? Honestly, the ending, the reveal at the end is what even made me pick it up. I said, yo, Mark, I said, for real, bro. I said, I'm one of those people. Don't make me watch 100,000 episodes of One Piece when you can get me the guide. You know what I'm saying? I could do. I'm smart enough to absorb some things that I could go back and read. I ain't got to see everything. But he's like, nah, I know how Mark is. Mark ain't gonna.
Yeah, but see, this is only 6 episodes though. This is One Piece is different. This is literally just 30-minute episodes or something. Come on, man.
So I counted it out. I was like, all right, it's like 45 minutes, 6 episodes. I'm off today and like a following subsequent day. I said I can catch up real quick. But I didn't fast forward on, say, some of the major parts. It's just the parts where they're just like being too CW, when they gotten too CW. So like, I don't care about this part.
Oh,
like,
snap. Hold up. CW though?
It was like some high quality CW moments. High quality.
You ain't had to do it. You ain't had to do it with the CW like that. I look. Oh, that's cold. All right, see.
All right. You know what?
Cause see, me myself.
Let me rock.
I love the show, but you know what I'm saying. There are some moments that I'm like, all right, this is kind of like the quintessential high school story.
Yeah, and it's
but
like
I wouldn't put it in CW territory though. Like you, right, man, folks, you cold for that.
I'm being a little grumpy. It's not CW. CW don't spend money on their shows. This actually looked good and had good cinematography. It looked like a show. It was, more TNT-ish. Okay, I'll go there. TNT. The TNT actually looked good. That TNT will get a CW show and make it look better somehow. I don't know how they do
it. So I wanted to get your take on Miss Marvel as far as her future is concerned, because you've seen the show.
Okay.
Like you've seen the show, you've gone through it, you fast forwarded through some, but you know what I'm saying? You know the major gist.
Yeah.
Do you want to see more Miss Marvel, and how do you want to see her?
Believe it or not, folks, as I may not sound super up, yes, I like Miss Marvel to keep coming back. She is the children is the future of tomorrow. Okay. She's a young adult. I think she appealed to people. She definitely appealed to younger people. I mean, she appealed to several different sets, and I'm not one of those Comics Gate weirdos. Like, nah, this ain't nothing about being woke or nothing about such and such. And if you are woke, that's okay. Don't be a little crybaby out there, folks. But it was actually good to learn something of different cultures and to see how people address it. First of all, what I like is that how they made Jersey, the neighborhood, why they had to do the superhero stuff. It kind of was cool just to see a family around in like this little, this Jersey City, suburb, just kind of chilled out. I like the artwork. The artwork was beautiful. The music was nice. Look, they was hitting us with the 90s joints. A little hip hop there, a little, just whatever. And I like the little fan cut. First of all, the comic convention, that was a beautiful. First of all, they comic convention must got money. First of all, like I know it was set piece, but like they got giant statues of heroes, kind of like it looked. It was a strange. It looked like a carnival. Like it kind of looked like
it was. I was like, dang! I was like, Avengers Con got money.
like, y'all, that's something what it reminded me of was like if you took the outdoorness of a high level Mardi Gras parade and put it inside of a con. I'm like, hold up, those are. Like floats ain't necessarily probably cheap, but that's well ornate done art. Even this paper mache, somebody has to build that. I'm like, you don't see that in no fan expo. You might get paper, you might get a big cardboard cutout or something, but you ain't getting like a statue of Miss Marvel's head.
Yeah, it was
party boost.
They came through on that. I will admit they came through on that.
Bizarre, strange, but it felt uniquely familiar. Like folks, trust me, if you go to a con like that, it ain't gonna be cheap. It ain't gonna be cheap.
Nah, a con you about to pay. All right now. So you like Miss Marvel, you like, what I'm saying, you feeling her. All right, so what are you trying to see her do next? Like, what are you trying to see? You know what I'm saying? If you were to write something, if you were to write her next engagement, what would you do? Because I want to talk about the future of Miss Marvel right now.
I think Young Avengers is the way to go. I think she needs another season. So of course, whatever happens in the Marvels, cool. I need her to get I want to see her with like a mentor, and maybe not even Miss Marvel. Just with even if it's some of the other Lady Avengers, get a little more training, a little more her fighting down. Not that I'm not like those dudes who just gotta have a training montage, but I do want to see that becoming more and more of her character, because she just needs a little bit more.
Okay.
She's a kid, but at the same time, I want her to stay plucky, happy, and cool. And shout out to the homie, Andre the Black Nerd. He said something that I liked. And even though we kind of gotten away from that era, it was just nice that somebody got superpowers. And they weren't like, oh, I got superpowers. She was like, I got superpowers. Yes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, thank God.
Oh, hold on real quick, because you're starting to get the robot-y covered voice or whatever.
Damn, Zoom. Let me get out. 1 second.
Zoom be hating on us, y'all. Sometimes Zoom be tripping. I agree though. I said that as well, where I am truly excited and happy that we got that we finally have a character that isn't brooding and sad and looking around and dreary days and dark clouds. And I'm glad we have someone. Yeah, I got you.
I don't know why this happens every time I get on Zoom. I had it at a meeting. Zoom do better, but yeah, man. Like I was saying, it's just so happy that she's like, yes, I get to be like my idol. I get to kick butt. I get to do stuff. Not be the sad sack version of me. I get to be cool.
I definitely enjoyed that. Her excitement is definitely something that I think Marvel needs.
Yeah,
because everyone else is like, oh, I'm dealing with stuff. It's so tough. It's so hard to hide my identity and blah blah blah. Or the world is ending, and she's like excited and she's happy to be, who she is and all that. So I'm happy about that.
Started out a little heavy, but a little light, but even Peter Parker is always heavy. I mean, y'all know the story. He's an orphan kid, or somewhat dealing with things, and he got to fight a whole rogues gallery of people who should be almost killing him, but he comes through. But he stays true to himself. But Pete can sometimes get overwhelmed, and y'all seen in the last movie. He kind of shook it off, but he not really. Not really. That's kind of the thing with Pete. He realized, man, if I go evil, I could be probably a terrible person, and they already want to make me public enemy number one. So I'm not gonna let these people, try not to curse, have the last laugh on me. I'm gonna prove them wrong. And that Ms. Marvel, being that it does mirror Pete if you really want to think about it. Whereas he's in, technically people may not know it's a white guy under the mask. People know that she's a brown person. They know that she's probably Muslim, and she's a young lady. Well, you know who that scares a lot of xenophobic people out there.
True. So, and there's this thing that about that helps her be so hopeful with her family around, with her friends, her exuberance. It's something that I think kind of separates her
easily.
And I like that. I like the fact that the family is also kind of excited with her and they got her back, and they're with, because most of the time it's I can't tell my family, I gotta keep my family away. But no, her family, even her mom sent her big brother to the school. That's hilarious, because it's that's what a mom would do, be go down there and make sure your sister's okay. And it's even though your sister got powers and you don't, it's still go down there and make sure your sister's okay. So it's
even if
I love that part,
because you know what that means. And then the good thing is everybody's used to, thank God, people are used to people having powers in this world. And I hate to bring up the CW again, but it's it took. You remember how agonizing it was when everybody in black Lightning family found out everybody got powers. It was like, oh my god, like, come on, can we move this along a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit?
and Lynn
And
and
they
her.
everybody was so depressed about their abilities or stuff to some degree. And I get it. It's a longer running series that got to be overstretched for 14 to 24 episodes versus a 6 episode limited series. So not quite the same. It's really comparing a movie to a TV show. Just a long form 2-part movie. So, I get it. There's a difference, but it's just like, it's just great that even though I think the material, I feel like, how can I put this? I feel like the story, I almost don't care, but I kind of care. But I feel like all the characters were lifting this story up to goodness. I ain't gonna say greatness, to goodness. Like, I love the family dynamic is so. I must have the family dynamic in this show. I get it. She's gonna break away, but first of all, props to the dad. And then I'm gonna, you know what? And I'm gonna go even more strange and weird. And I'm gonna give Disney some, even though Disney can be evil. I'm gonna give Disney some props on this, or Pixar and Disney. The dad remind me also of another Disney dad that I like. That some people looked at him as weak, and I saw them as strong. The dad from Turning Red. And I know it's somewhat of an archetype, but a lot of some of our younger brethren don't quite get it a little bit. Sometimes when you're an older guy, you can't be the young, loudmouth, hothead sometimes. Sometimes instead of being Naruto, sometimes you got to be Uncle Iroh. And you just got to sit back, watch, then say your piece. And when they said they part, their children needed it the most. Yeah. And they needed that comfort, and they needed to hear it. And also, their daughters did not hate their fathers. And it felt good to see that. They actually liked their dads more than they liked their mom to some degree. They was like, all right, mom bugging, dad at least is my rock. Dad is my rock. I know what I'm getting from him.
Dad is my Hulk.
Dad's my Hulk.
Yo, when he did that, I love that though, because it's like, okay, my daughter's into this stuff. I'm not really super into it, but I know she's excited about it. So what I'm gonna do is do my best to kind of like, join in and show and engage with it. You know what I'm saying? And that, I love that moment. It was funny, but it was also like, you know what? I see it, because they could have just been like, Avenger Con is this whack stuff. We don't care. But they like dove. Now they did dive head first, but they still dove into it, and
I was like, at first I was like, I hope Kamala isn't like one of those brats on CW. I'm just joking. I'm like, I get it, but then I thought about it, put myself in her headspace. Like, okay, she's like a 16-year-old girl, and she's trying to be, older presenting and mature, even though you're going to a Comic-Con. Okay, sure, but I get it, because this is something that's like her thing, and I know how that be, but it's like also, it's either you don't go or you go at your dad dressed as the Pakistani Hulk. And you know what?
Yeah.
Shoot, that represent. Just
ain't nothing wrong with that.
We gonna go in the corner. I said, but how about this, Dad? Just give me like an hour by myself, and you hang back, and I just hang in the corner.
Like, just hang back a little bit. But much love to him, man. He came through.
Yeah, man. He's the quiet MVP of the series.
Yeah. So with that said, so I have thoughts about Miss Marvel's future. You know what I'm saying? Because now that I've seen Miss Marvel, and I've said I've kind of said this a little bit in the show to a certain degree. Like, I'm ready. I'm kind of ready to see I'm ready to see Marvel kind of surround this phase with her, like kind of how what is it Iron Man was basically kind of the focal point, or one of the main focal points of the first three phases. You know what I'm saying? I'd like to see, because out of the phase four, like, man, it ain't looking good. You know what I'm saying? I know, it's when you're looking for someone to like hang that like this is the guy or this is the girl tag on, it's not really looking good out of phase four, because it's like, okay, you got Black Widow, she dead. All right, you got Shang-Chi, who he wasn't really positioned as like the Iron Man or Captain America type hero. Then you got Loki. He's technically like sort of displaced from time, but also able to get into time, so he doesn't count either. You got Moon Knight, that's a definite no. You got any one of the Eternals, that's a definite no. So when you start looking down, it's like, well, who can be that, like, that heart, that rallying cry? That's someone who's like, we can do it, guys. Like, we have the power, the ability, we can do it. I believe in us, kind of person. I think that could be, or I think that should be, Kamala Khan. And I think it's perfect because she's from the next generation. She's the young youth. You know what I'm saying? Kicking the truth. All right. So I think that not only should they make her like the banner character as far as kind of like drawing the youth heroes together, I think they should hurry up and quickly have her and Kate interact, and that be kind of like the steps towards being the new team. So like, for instance, how you had like Iron Man, Cap, and Thor. Those were kind of like the first. Well, now, okay, we got Kate, or we got like Kate, Miss Marvel. So Kate could be like, of course, like sort of like the Captain America type, because she's human. She ain't got no powers, but she's also mad sick with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got Kate Bishop, you got Miss Marvel, and then of course I know everybody was like, "Yo, you really trying to get Isaiah up in here?" But get Isaiah, and then have them under the tutelage of like a Hawkeye, with someone being like a extended leader or boss in Falcon Cap. So, you know what I'm saying? You got Captain America, sort of reaching out to Hawkeye like, yo, man, hey, yo, check it. We ain't getting no younger. All right? We old. All right? We old in these streets. So since we old, you know what I'm saying? We need to find some youth. And him be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool. We got we got some young people. He's like, oh, where are you? Like, yeah, my girl Kate, she's mad sick with it. And then him be like, oh, well, I heard about this girl, Miss Marvel. Bringing them together, you know what I'm saying? Like that, bringing them together, and then starting to look for other youth that, of course, have powers out there, because people with powers aren't just, full grown 30 to 40-year-old adults, 50-year-old adults. There's people that got powers that are like, 16 or something like that. So I'd like to see that. Oh, hold up. You getting, you robot again. You robot. They hating on us, yo. They hating on us. They hating on us. But yeah, the thing that I dig about this is, after seeing Miss Marvel, because when I saw the trailer, I was like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, I never hated Miss Marvel. I never really loved her. So when I saw the trailer, I was just like, oh, well, cool, new show. I mean, hey, look like something good for the kids. Okay, all right, word up.
Oh, Zoom, I tell you, Zoom is acting like Dr. Doom right now. They hating.
Yeah, they trying to stop us.
I would say this. There was a comic that I did read. I liked, because I do like the Avengers, but it wasn't as popular as the Runaways. I kind of didn't like the Runaways. I tried, but I could read some of them. I liked Avengers Academy more than I liked the Runaways because it was still kind of like the offshoot of the Civil War, and they really it was the offshoot to the Civil War and prerequisite to the Secret Invasion and Dark Avengers. So it was that time where it's like, yeah, Civil War kind of really brought me back into comics, and it's like, okay, yeah, this stuff makes sense. Looking at it through the eyes of adult, you would if you care about these children, which newsflash, Marvel don't. How they wind eventually doing these kids, but they had a Avengers Academy where it was more Avengers based, and the Avengers would take care of it. Okay, for Disney Plus purposes, time to mishmash this all together because we're gonna mishmash anyway. You can pull Avengers Academy, Young Avengers. You can do. They'll do the Runaways again, unless you want to bring some of the characters in. Cool.
Well, I mean, we do have some the actors from the shows. You got the Runaways actors, even though they're not particularly tied. Now that you've done this whole multiverse thing, you could go in and bring them in, and nobody really asks any major questions. You could just be like, "Hey, this is Nico," or bring in Cloak and Dagger. You can bring them in, and you already got a fresh crop. Got a fresh crop of youngsters.
Bring them back and just don't ask questions. Like, if people would, I'm just gonna say this. Look, we're fanboys. We're into fandom. Y'all just shut up and enjoy the ride. Just let Marvel like, hey, Cloak and Dagger, what you doing? We just came over from New Orleans. We really from New York, but I don't know. They put us in New Orleans for some reason. But don't ask no more damn questions. We here now.
Well, you know what? And you could do that because so you got Captain America talking to Hawkeye, and he's like, you know what? Look, it's only 2 kids. We don't even have enough kids to do anything. And he's like, no,
yes,
there's 2 more. There's 2 more in New Orleans, and word from them is that there's even more kids out west. You know, these kids need guidance.
Easy. And you know what you do it? And you know where you train at? Not New York. You go to West Coast Avengers. You started as a prerequisite to West Coast Avengers. You go to the Malibu training station or whatever Iron Man or the Avengers own out there, and you move them to Cali. They get sun, they get fresh air, wide open spaces, and then they can go back to New York to do some missions or training, or they can do right there. So you could do some playing with some of the West Coast Avengers history, like even Hercules, or to the Champions of LA, or however you want to do it. If you want to,
then you get kind of like the fish out of water story for Kate and Cloak and Dagger and Miss Marvel, and then you got like the Runaways being like, hey, you know what I'm saying, let's show you around.
Are right there in Los Angeles, so you can do that, and then however young Loki pops up eventually, magic. And you also have, speaking of New Orleans, I said New Orleans. God, I forgive how dare I say it like people outside of
like me.
Like, I blame you, Mike. You said New Orleans, like, oh my God, like, whoops. That is a faux pas on my people in Louisiana. I am so sorry. But you can also hey man, it's a real thing, man.
I apologize to all my southern brothers and sisters, all right? On my South Coast. All right.
We even go apologize.
East to West, you got the South Coast.
We apologizing to people strictly in Louisiana and around South Louisiana. That's who we apologizing to. But yeah, I would say you also got people in speaking of New Orleans. Oh, I lose my train of thought. Who else is in New Orleans? You got Doctor Strange Academy also is doing the Magical Youngsters thing in New Orleans. So you can take one show, do maybe about 2 detail. I know they don't want to do these things too long, but honestly, if they just took their time and stretched it over 3 seasons and kind of looked at it like the Young Justice approach, we just gave several factions of youngsters that is several books long that you can mishmash, pull from. You ain't got to go exact.
And you can now branch out into movies when you're done with the shows. Or just continue the shows in some other form.
you can continue the shows. You can have some of the characters move up and down to the movies. They sidekicking. Some of them are, out of this academy. Like we're gonna have the official Young Avengers team. This who makes it. Rest of y'all keep training. Y'all got a little other things to go. Or we gonna have the magical side of it. And I know Avengers Academy. Strange Academy. I don't know how popular it is in sales. Probably ain't doing so hot. But
yeah, but sales on the shelves aren't exactly indicative of popularity on screen, because there's a lot of people that just don't know it. And since Doctor Strange right now has one of the stronger films, one of the stronger films in phase 4, the smart thing, well, I'm gonna go on with Jason Reeves, the 133 art says, Marvel never does the smart thing. They try to do the unpredictable clever thing, but the smart thing would have been to introduce voodoo in some way, shape, or form in this movie, which they did.
Even if you don't do it in this movie, Dr. Voodoo is like the principal of the Strange Academy.
Yeah,
and you can set all that backstory like, hey, look, I don't like you, Strange. I think you're a punk, but you get on my nerves. But I respect your shine out. I respect your skills, but don't cross.
Yeah,
I'll run your school. You gonna pay me. And you go put respect on my name. And since it's in New Orleans, I'm going to run it my way, blah, 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 because this is like, another home for me. Don't get it twisted, but I get it. You powerful, blah, blah, blah. This is like, if you want to take that series, give it 3 seasons, at least 3, 12 to 15. I know they don't never do that, but if you can do 12 episodes,
we can break even with them, because they love doing the 6, which I think is too short. 12 is probably, let's say 10, because FX seems to strike a good balance with 10 episodes. So like, all right, 10 episode seasons, let's say 3 to 4 seasons. That allows you to bring the team together, us to do tie-ins with Strange Academy. They got Avengers West Coast out there, them building them up. By the end of the 4 seasons, they're ready to be like full-fledged heroes now.
And you can find a way to, if you want to get really weird, sneak in Aqualad as maybe a variant, which he is. I don't know, I forgot what he exactly was, or he was a younger version of Kang. You can sneak in Iron Lad. Or if you want to have Riri Williams, will probably.
Well, we got Riri coming in the movie, so she'll be young.
Will probably be too much, just because we still establishing Kang. Because Iron Lad is the advanced level version of Kang and possible Reed Richards. So yeah, Iron Lad don't work yet without the Fantastic Four. Because I don't know. You can do bring Riri. So you got Riri. She's going to be introduced. Hopefully, I hope Black Panther 2 is good. But if the leaks are true, I don't know. But anyway, let's say Black Panther is crazy. It's hot in them streets. It's awesome. It's best thing since sliced bread. So you got Riri. So now, by our count, we got Miss Marvel, Kate, Riri, Cloak and Dagger. You got the Runaways, depending on if they all come back, or if let's say only 2 or 3 of them come back. That's 3 more. That's 8 characters. That's a whole lot. Plus anyone else that you want to bring in for cameos, like Voodoo, Doctor Strange. Hawkeye's going to be their teacher, so what I'm saying, you get he and they getting his money. You got Captain America every now and then coming in and out. That's enough for a show, what I'm saying. And then you could drop little nuggets, like little, you could be like say the kids want to do something, and then like, hold up, what do you forgetting the obvious choice too?
What's that?
Cassie Lane. She's a teenager, almost adult now, because of the time jump. Cassie was a part of that team of Young Avengers. Stature.
Yeah, but have we introduced her yet?
Yes. That's Hulk. That's Ant-Man's daughter. And she's
You're right.
So
you're right. She's maybe I guess she could be like she's older, but she's not old. Like she's not the like a contemporary of Hawkeye. So yeah, she can still go with the kids.
She still can go with Patriot, Patriot, Stature, and Hawkeye. So you kind of got you, since you don't have Hulkling and you don't have Wiccan, you don't have we don't know what Wanda's children are. You can easily slide in.
Well, Wanda's children ain't real, at least here.
Well, yeah.
In the our universe.
To keep bringing them back, unfortunately, we're gonna have to ice them for a minute. So you bring in Stature, you got Patriot, you can bring in Patriot, you got Kate, and then those are like serve as your basis, and then maybe they meet Hulkling along the way. And just whatever.
I don't think we're gonna see Hulkling for a minute because we ain't even got. We got
to get scroll heavy to get Hulkling. We got to get scroll.
Yeah, you talk about maybe like a season 3.
That's a season 3 character.
But that's not a bad place to start. You know what I'm saying? With those 8 characters, 8 or 9 that we just mentioned, you know what I'm saying? You got a couple Runaways, Cloak and Dagger. You got Miss Marvel, Kate Bishop. You got Cassie. You got enough to be like. You got enough to be like, yo, we got a little show. You got people love that little like preteen or like young adult group. You know what I'm saying?
The Runaways, they're kind of they're villainous kids learning how to be heroes of their own way or their own family. They're not really going to join a government sponsored program. So the Runaways, let's say they might pop up and be like, I want to think about it, like Chase.
Well, that's why I was saying like some of them would, could, be down and some of them wouldn't.
And let Patriot like bop the hell out of Chase, and then he realized, all right, I ain't down with this. Chase be like, all right, you a hero, but I hate you because you whoop my ass. But like just I don't know, have some of that.
Because it's like I figure from that, if we could at least get Nico, because we gonna need some magic on the team, so we just get Nico.
Have Nico pop up and be like, I don't really like you Avenger types, but y'all cool. I know y'all need some help. I'm a real witch out here or whatever. So,
and then you could have just her or maybe her and one other make a comment on the rest of them want to just live their lives or, or Wilder out here wilding, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, you know what I'm saying, and you could get away with like, all right, all the Runaways didn't come. So it'd be like, you get a little piece. Now I know there's probably some people screaming at the screen right now because they like, it's not. Look, we got the multiverse. Look, comics is convoluted, so just let it be convoluted.
Listen to what.
Just let it be convoluted, and we can have our show.
Like they said, the adults meet up in the room, be like, "Hey, man, we're going out west. These kids are coming from here. You just start like, yo, look, Marvel and Stan Lee. They used to have that their romance with like the Ultraman and the Takasosu, if I'm saying it right, Japanese shows back in the day, the superhero shows. Mm-hmm. Just do it like that. Like Japan don't care. They'll be like, have you ever heard of Jetman? It's crazy. It's basically like the power. Like they said they were gonna spray people with birdonic waves, and then the waves accidentally shot down to Earth and went to normal people, and then they became a team. Okay, look, sometimes just do it. Sometimes
because you can get Nico
and you become
maybe Nico, have the girl, the younger sister with the reptile with the little dinosaur. You have her. Well, because you about to have. Well, Moon Girl Devil Dinosaur is going to be an animated series, so we don't have to worry about that. So you can have the younger sister with the dinosaur. You can get your little effects every now and then, or your little animatronics. You know what I'm saying? You got Nico, and maybe like you said, maybe Chase. That's 3, and then they could just always talk about how the other ones just ain't interested, or maybe these guys regular jobs want to be regular people. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to be involved.
Wilder would not be down, and I ain't watched that series, and I know he was a scrub in the series. Just make Wilder a wild card, if you will, as maybe an episode, because he's a villain. Like,
the way they ended the show, Wilder's the villain, so he's definitely not joining the team.
Definitely they screwed over him in the comics. In the end, he got chumped
of his own demise, but he came back and just, I don't know, he was in and everything. Anything he could latch on, he was trying to get onto, and he got handled in Power Man and Luke Cage to some degree. But if you want to just have Wilder out there as like maybe he is a multi-part villain foil for them somewhat. And it's like you are, and he, like I said, you ain't even got to be exact. They could be like, Chase, they were like, yeah, we used to have a friend. He used to ride with us. His name was Wilder. We don't know where he's at, but it didn't end on good terms. Boom. Just leave it vague as hell. Don't explain nothing. And then you just have Wilder pop up and like, I'm gonna kill you. Y'all did this. Y'all should have followed block. Just whatever reason. Look, that's why I said Power Rangers this thing up. It ain't necessarily a bad thing. Go for a darker Power Rangers. Like,
Word.
You've been seeing teenagers or young adults fighting stuff ever since Voltron. How the hell Marvel can't we can figure this out.
Yeah, you're right. And Voltron has had a more recent series on Netflix that is on par with everything. So it's like, yeah, come on, Marvel. Y'all bugging.
Y'all can fix all of y'all teen shows relatively quickly. All of those terrible Hulu shows that should have been happening, and you can put it under one umbrella, and you can get the actors back on board if you liked them before, if they had any casting with it, and mine your talent. You got the talent right there. Mine it, grow it, because Rhodey ain't gonna be around forever. Don Cheadle ain't gonna be Rhodey forever. You ain't gonna have Robert Downey Jr. is already gone. Chris Evans may come back one day, and eventually Thor is gonna get old.
And it's like, I don't see y'all trying to build the youth at all. And it's like, y'all are missing a huge opportunity with that CW audience. You know what I'm saying?
Like, y'all could have a better CW audience. You got Peter Parker. Yep. Peter Parker can
with that
everybody.
Vampire Diaries, Nancy Drew, Degrassi audience. Y'all can have that. You know what I'm saying? You know what? I'm gonna leave it right there. You know what I'm saying? We giving Marvel enough free game. All right. I be telling y'all all the time, y'all need to hire somebody because y'all over there making mistakes. All right. Y'all messing stuff up. And then when y'all finally get a hit, be like, we playing this all the time. Nah, all right. We ain't giving you no more free game. That's it. You ain't getting no more.
Because what you said is that Miss Marvel has the microphone right now.
Yeah.
Build the team around her. She has the ball, man. Get us some shooters.
Bruh, every article you see, she's like, people love it here, people love it there. She's the highest rated. Here's the thing. The second that thing came out that she was the highest rated in phase 4 on Rotten Tomatoes, I would have did a hurry up offense on a trailer, but not even a trailer, just a quick scene of her, Cap, Hawkeye, and Kate Bishop, or just Cap and Hawkeye, with Cap being like, yo man, look, like I said, we ain't getting no younger. We need some new talent. There's some kids out here. They've got skills, but they need direction. Boom. And then him be like, yo, well, I got this girl named Kate. She's got a lot of skills. And he's been like, I've had my eye on this girl out there in Jersey. Boom. That's it. That's about a 2-minute scene to shoot.
You know what? Let me be like Jason Reeves for a minute. Hold up. Let's face it. We know but Disney's about to make The Goonies, a remake of The Goonies. So they're gonna put their children talent, their young adult, the children talent in that, and they're gonna probably copy Stranger Things to some degree, but lighter. So we know that's gonna happen. Because how dare somebody out Disney?
Yeah,
Disney. So they go come, even if it's a little extra weird and extra goofy, but they gonna probably get the talent done. So they gonna put into that. Then they jumping over joy for Deadpool 3. And they're going to clap on the back because they finally going to have that R-rated property so people can finally shut up about them not doing that. So how they're going to roll out the red carpet for Deadpool 3. They're going to pat themselves on the back for whatever the hell Black Panther 2. Mark is
Yeah,
way
but
more
you still talking about a whole bunch, because Goonies ain't Marvel, and you still talking about a whole bunch of people that are older. Those actors or those characters might die, or where is your next generation of heroes? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Aquafina.
yo, I'm like, look, I would have ran a hurry up offense. I'd have been like, oh, they love this girl. Word, we about to do a hurry up offense. Be like, where Jeremy Renner at? You know what I'm saying? Where your boy Sam Wilson? What's the boy name? I can't remember his name. Whatever his name is. Be like, where he at? Let's go. Let's get this scene shot and just drop it online.
I also got a
feeling
feeling,
like, oh snap!
I'd be shocked if Patriot just get left behind and don't be involved in nothing.
Yeah, of course, because he black. He gonna get left behind. Ain't nobody gonna think about him.
He gonna have no powers. He gonna just pop up as a cameo and say, "I thought of it," or unless they go with like, they gonna get Squirrel Girl in there before they get him.
Yeah, true that. Anyway, we gonna leave it on that, y'all. Look, Keith, tell them where they can find you.
They can find me at www.blerd-ish.com. That's www.blerd.com. Got a sale going on next week. I'm also on Twitch now. Watch me lose at games badly and maybe triumph sometimes. I'm on IG, Blerd-ish. You will find me in person for my next pop-up at the Mid-City Microcon. If you're in Baton Rouge or surrounding areas, even if you're coming from Texas, shout out to Leon's Hall. He's going to be a black comic book creator of 50 publications. Just a good Blerd teacher all around writer. He was at Comic Palooza, so he's going to be there. Of course,
nice.
Like Lazy Nerds and Ground Nova and other folks that I work with closely.
All right, that's what's up.
I'm gonna be at the Louisiana Comic Con as well. I do want to say one thing, one quick thing. My favorite scene, I think, speaking of shout out to the dad, if they got this right of how Miss Marvel got her name.
That was a beautiful scene.
That was beautiful. That man,
yeah.
That's when Disney can do it.
When Disney does it, they do it. But you know what I'm saying?
When they highs are highs, they lows can be a little weird right now. I ain't gonna say it's low. It ain't WB low. Cause I'm sorry, it's not. People. You know what? Let's just keep it real. We talk about all this Phase 4 stuff. I'd rather this Phase 4 than whatever the hell they crying about in DC. And WB about Zack Snyder. I ain't never seen a mediocre movie. The everything surrounding the movie is more interesting than the damn movie. Y'all go look at Zack Snyder. Like, everything around this movie that ain't good, that failed. And I know Mark will be like, "Oh, it ain't failed. Like, it took 2 tries, dog. It's a failure. It failed so hard that now it's successful. It's one of them things." Yeah, I'd rather Phase 4 than anything of WB that's eating itself alive and Ezra Miller.
Ezra, I would have fired Ezra long ago. But
quite can yet.
Long ago. But NERDSoul, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all them places. Hit that thumbs up, that like, that subscribe, that share, all that stuff helps a brother out in the algorithm. I don't really care about the algorithm, but here's the thing, y'all. Check it. You know what I'm saying? They ain't trying to push your brother. They ain't trying to help him out. But I know the streets is more powerful than the algorithm can ever be. You know what I'm saying? So if you share with your boy, you know what I'm saying, you share with your girl, you know what I'm saying, you share it to your mama, your best friend at work, you know what I'm saying, that's stronger than the algorithm will ever be. But with that said, until next time when I'm at San Diego Comic-Con chilling, saying hey to some cool people, hopefully getting me enough selfies before I can come back home. From us to you, much love and peace.